Hey, I arrived just in time. So now, today we have another IYL match between Ginorm and SouthpawHare. Um, what division is this? I gotta check. I think it is Flagstone, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the promote tournament match? Yeah, this is Flagstone. This is for the Flagstone City division. Um, SouthpawHare, I think his record right now is 1-1 or something like that. And I think Ginorm is looking for his first win. I'm not. I gotta look at the challenge. Hold up. Yeah, Dynamo is actually 1-1, and SouthpawHare is 2-1. There we go. Okay, I've never seen Ginorm play Manelka before. That's really interesting. I know SouthpawHare does play BB. He I feel like his characters. I think he probably opened BB to expecting Ginorm to play Rook, but instead Ginorm is opting to play Manelka. This matchup is pretty it's pretty nice for Manelka, I think, overall, because um Manelka can power up for Qs to get out of long range, and Manelka likes building um, to a nice big hand, which it's very easy to do against BB if he keeps attacking you. So in that sense, Manelka doesn't mind long range because he can easily power up Qs to get out of it, and he can also build hand while he's in range. He just can't take too much chip from BBB's Q and his other tools in range. So the first turn, SouthpawHare opened up with turn 1A, which is pretty good reveal. Beats all of his Minalka's typical turn 1 reveals. Here comes the second ace. So he's successfully poking Minalka out right now. Powers up for the ace so that one doesn't get banished. Fair enough. So this is a great start for SouthpawHare. 2 black K's expended. He lost 2 aces, but it's no big deal. Well-timed Bone Cracker there. Gets rid of the overdrive as well. What's in his hand? 510 JKA. Taking knockdown is pretty good here. So SouthpawHare doesn't have any normals to enter long range with. SouthpawHare might wake up with J to beat cross up normal here. He might even wake up K if he's feeling ballsy. Wake up K does get him to long range. So right now his hand is 510 JK and top deck. Good block. Ginorm here played fast J to clash with wake up J from BBB. I think interesting 4 there. I'm not sure if he was realistically fishing for a K throw, because that's not beating. He SouthpawHare revealed that he had a 2 normal, and Manelka's 4 is definitely not being that. BBB's likelihood of throwing at close range is quite low. Okay, so maybe he wanted to value trap and hit with the Q. Dodge it to J. J is a pretty solid dodge follow-up because it takes 8 damage to knock down. About even hand totals from both sides. SouthpawHare up 30 life. Yeah. He'll take the long range for sure. So 2-chip normal draw. Neither both even hands. A lot of Ginorm's black cards, black face cards are in discard right now. But you know, he still has 3 more Qs left. Layer um layer 0 play? Or is it layer 1 play? I don't really know layers, but the obvious thing for Ginorm to do would be to Q here. But SouthpawHare thought that would happen and dodge. Q and gold burst are the main ways for Manalka to get out range here. Nice dodge. Old time dodge there. You don't want to eat that Q chip. So now we're back in close range. SouthpawHare powers up. So now he has 2 aces. Piston Hurricane, very good. Beats everything but Manalka's Q at 0.2. I think Janro can afford to go into range one more time. Oof, not like that though. Because now you can tack on an A or something for good damage. Yep. So it takes 13 damage and goes to long range. If he blocked BB's normal, then I think he'll be fine with that. Oh, okay. He thought a Q was I thought a K was coming. But dodging as BB, if you don't know already, dodging as BB in long range is perfectly safe. Nothing can beat BB dodging. Even the traditional way of both sides block to get out long range, you know, dodging also avoids that as well. So it allows him to keep long range while being perfectly safe. So dodging is really good for BB. He only has 8 of them, but that's enough for him. So it's 12 HP, 1 Q kill here. Wow, seriously? SouthpawHare really feels that way, huh? Straight up blocks, diffuses his Q. Now Ginorm is running out of options to get a long range. Interesting to note that Manalka's single A does help him get out long range because it's 1.2 speed, so it does beat Q. It's not going to beat normals though. Nice, Ginorm got out of it though. SouthpawHare could have played Q there, but you might have thought that another DP was coming. Regardless, he's still in a very good position, even though he lost long range. He's got power for his ace. Excuse me. Okay. He wanted to keep his 8 throw, which now we know that he has 2 of. So I guess you can try the mix up of Piston Hurricane throw. He didn't mind losing the 3s in comparison. Ah, that's a wrap. Well, actually, K cannot combo, so it's not quite a wrap yet. Who the hell is Luna Dragon 0330? Never seen him before. Oh, okay. Still alive. So I'm gonna try to finish him off. Q. I see. Luna Dragon 0330 is indeed named Luna. Wait, Janov just power for an ace. Does he potentially have DSD on deck? I would say that. Wow. I was about to say SouthpawHare should just attack here, I think, but he really does have no fear. I guess he did have Joker, so even if he got hit by raw DSD, he would still have enough HP to tank for the hits. Still well played. Good throw to close the game there. Ginorm dodging. I think maybe he tried dodging Bonecracker or DSD, whichever one is it. I don't know. Can't see his hand. I think this matchup's still good for Manelker, but Manelker is still, in the end, he's still a 70 HP character, and individual combat wins on BBB can really add up. Okay, so Ginorm switches to Gwen here. Um, I like Gwen. Gwen has a lot of options to deal with BBB, but the weird thing is that Gwen at range, she only has Q as the only fast attack to safely get out of range. Her other options are stuffed by long range normals. I think Gwen still wins this matchup though, because she can really rush down BBB before he gets anything started. That's certainly a good way to start. Gets rid of overdrive too. Mystic Deadman mysteriously appears as soon as he picks Gwen. Seven, 2, 3, 4 to 15 damage and an ace. It's not bad. SouthpawHare here. Mystic Demon's waifu is here. Brave throw by SouthpawHare. Funnily enough, that's the fastest throw in the matchup other than Dreadlin's Tickle, aka Gwen's AAA super. It was a bloodbath, yeah. Pretty brutal. Okay. These 9 blocks are interesting, but I guess he doesn't mind losing them. Or those are only blocks he has, either one. Doesn't have, what was the innate? Doesn't have enough normals to do relentless strikes there. Because if he could, discarding 9 block is very good. Good dodge. Let's follow up, bro. BB's 2 is quite good at catching out Gwen's J. Yeah. Because Gwen's J is very Chillbane is a really popular starter, and that's only like 3.4 speed. So it's certainly very good for beating that out. But otherwise, it's not gonna realistically not gonna outspeed anything. I like Ginorm sneaking in some blocks here. Yeah, sneaking in times to block because as Gwen, you don't need to go in all the time. Sometimes you need to wait, you need to block and build up damage. Blocking as Gwen is kind of underrated. It's very scary to throw Gwen in any case because of the. Oh my goodness. I say that, but SouthpawHare is a man of no fear. I say it's very scary to throw Gwen, but he just does it anyway. With the K no less. He is a great option in neutral to take people to long range, especially against opponents with a lot of dodge. Gwen having 4 ranks of dodge. So now BB here can actually realistically cross on normal if he thinks that Ginorm doesn't have a Q. Because cross on normal is... Yeah, he tried it. He tried it. But Gwen did have the Joker here. What are Gwen's blocks? 2, 4, 10, 3, 9. So that 6 attack was looking to beat out one of Gwen's odd blocks, which she doesn't have much of. Well, I guess 6 attack also beats stuff on wake on neutral too. I mean stuff on wake up. That's not Q. SouthpawHare goes to overdrive. Okay, overdrive is a long wall of text, but essentially it's like a mix-up for BB where he can enter long range from dodging with K, or Jack being uninterruptible is good too against fast characters. Nice 7 throw there. It does beat both sides of the K dodge mix-up, but the counterplay to that is BB can just normal. The overdrive mix-up is kind of needlessly complicated for new players. But essentially it's like, is BB gonna K or dodge or play a normal? This is kind of like how to simplify it like that. It's basically it's the card for BB to try to get into range. Ginorm did 28 damage with that throw, and he still has 12 cards. There's lots of damage in hand. Nice throws. The thing is, Ginorm hasn't played any of his really fast starters like K. So it makes SouthpawHare really afraid to play into that. So Ginorm is taking advantage. I think Ginorm is taking advantage of the fact that of his because the discard is freely available knowledge to everyone. So if SouthpawHare is a type to check your opponent's check your discard and see what options you have left, he's gonna like expect a K eventually or something. But Ginorm hasn't played K at all, and just instead he's been throwing SouthpawHare like crazy. Nice goal burst though. Desperation goal burst works out. Ginorm is running out of throws though, but not like it matters that much at this stage of the game where BB only has 3 HP and you can easily chip him out. So lack of throws is inconsequential. Oof. Good cue there. Beats both sides of throw or piston hurricane mix up. And that's game game 2. Game 2. There. Gwen counterpick is definitely working out. I think Luna Dragon is probably SouthpawHare's friend. That's what I'm guessing. Ginorm fulfilled the objective. What will SouthpawHare counterpick with though? Rook? Interesting. Normally you don't see Rook being the typical counterpick against Gwen. Generally as Rook here, the Gwen matchup is it's kind of annoying for you to deal with because Gwen destroys a lot of Rook's blocks. Gwen also does a lot of chip. Rook doesn't have any dodges. Gwen's J, Chillbane, stops Rook from rock armoring. So when Rook is at high hand, Gwen Jing here is very likely to beat his rock armor attempts. Nice 7 throw. Oh yeah, the funny thing here in this matchup is that Gwen's 5 normal does lose to Rook's K. So because Rook's K beats everything 5.0 or faster, and Gwen's normals are all 0.0 speed. So that's something interesting to take note of. It makes Gwen's 6 the only normal that actually beats Rook's K. Unfortunately, he's not getting any relentless strikes off. He's not getting rid of any of Rook's blocks. Oof. Meaty 6. That's the insurance against Rook K. Great bluff from SouthpawHare. The fast face down does make it seem convincing that you have a Joker. And as Gwen, you hate seeing your damage getting Jokered. Two more aces. Gwen's Dreadlin Stickle, her AAA throw is not very effective against grapplers. It's just easily outsped, and dodging into it is also beaten by fast throw. So basically, grapplers fast throws beats both sides of the mix up. Oh, brutal. Chains of ice here. Now here comes the unjokerable damage. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a second J to really make the most of it. Still, 35 unjokeable damage is nothing to sneeze at. Very great tool against grapplers. And slow. I mean, grappler speeds are attack speeds are generally quite slow. And it does a lot of chip, even if blocked, which is a very good button. So now Rook slow down by 2 speed. Gyro can play a lot of stuff here safely. Interesting. I guess that 2 throw is actually very good here because it does beat Gwen potentially playing a fast throw to try to catch Rook blocking. Because 2 throw, when slowed down, is still a 4.0 speed throw, which beats everything Gwen has. Gwen's fastest super throw is only 4.6, so 2 throw is a very good option there. Baits out the DP. Now Rook can reliably threaten 1.0 speed attacks, which is scary actually against Gwen. I mean, to deal with as Gwen. Gwen is notorious for having a weakness to 1.0 speed attacks. Puts her in the blender again. It's like Rook's mini mix-up, the entangling vines thing. You can look at the beta on our queue here, I think. He's expended a lot of his special blocks, which, you can be worrying down the line. Because Rook having no dodges can easily be chipped out. And special blocks are the only way for him to prevent chip. Oh my goodness, another one. So this one I'm talking about. Chains of Ice is very brutal against Rook because he can't rock armor. Because if SouthpawHare was looking for a rock armor type with that 5 attack, instead, he can't do anything because it disregards the rest of his turn. Rook's feeling a little chilly. Slightest of disappointments, maybe MD looking for the money combo. Okay, good 5 there. Sends that right back in her face. Now, SouthpawHare only has 2 special blocks left in his deck. SouthpawHare doesn't have an aces, he should start powering them out. Ow. Oof. Does he have Joker here? No, he lets go. He knows that Gwen will play into it anyway, so he doesn't bother bluffing. I mean, generally you should, whenever you can, but sometimes you just like, you just let him have it. No Jokers versus Gwen can be rough, but SouthpawHare's earlier bluff did do wonders. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was saying. Technically, the right thing to do is always put a face down, especially when you're within lethal range. But Gwen's generally not going to care, especially when she has 10 cards. If Gwen is at low hand, then a face down might scare her off, or she might not have really much damage, so she'll just leave it. But when Gwen's at high hand, it's just like I'm gonna face. If you face down here, it's not gonna matter. She's just gonna do her thing. It's kind of like Setsuki in that way, where Setsuki just wants to dump her hand. She doesn't really care too much if you face down. Summer sticks with oh my, footsies. Not a bad idea to Joker that, but SouthpawHare doesn't mind. He gets a ace out of that. It's funny how 5 normal is quite viable for Rook here in this matchup, especially if Gwen is looking for 6 to beat out turn 1k. One less Joker for Rook to worry about is always good. Rook is notoriously soft to Jokers because he can't stop gold bursts. Especially with his meaty normals. Gwen heals up. Powers up for an ace of her own. Ooh. Well-timed throw there. 5A. Interesting combo. Spaghetti combo even. 5-6J. 22 damage is respectable. I think if Ginorm had AA, I think it's best to just play that as the combo ender, but it's possible he only has 1 ace. Yeah, I like this blocking from Ginorm. Sneaking in a lot of blocks. Because a Gwen with a big hand all the time means that she basically almost always has damage all the time. Gwen is a pretty slept on character, in my opinion. When it comes to her card draw engine and the damage she can threaten from a large hand, it's second to none. You don't want to be staring down the barrel of a 12 card Gwen unless you're a character that can exploit her speed hole. Her speed hole being the 0.0 to 1.2 speed hole. But SouthpawHare's fortunately stuck playing Rook. And Rook's the only fasting Rook can reasonably threaten to stop Gwen is double ace Wall of Vines. Nice cross up. Hopefully that's a real Joker. Unfortunate. Ginorm played for max damage there. And the thing about that combo is that even if it was Jokered, Gwen would still be at 7 cards because she bought back an ace from her combo. Gwen having 6 combo points gives her many opportunities to make surprisingly efficient combos, especially when she can get land straights. Man, SouthpawHare can't catch a break here. This is relentless rushdown. This is something you cannot do with Minelker, that's for sure. Because Gwen passive just feels itself. And Minelker has to really um, spend a lot of time blocking to get damage. Alright, here we go. I'll start 3-2s for AA. So I do not know the rest of his hand. Realistically, he only has Wall of Vines to stave off Gwen's offense. But it's very possible that he does have hidden. It is possible, however unlikely, that he does have Checkmate Buster here, and that is a great equalizer, right? Because 50 damage right here would just bring the life totals to even immediately. I think Ginorm just continues throwing there. Yeah, smart of SouthpawHare to counter throw him. Because Ginorm there didn't really want to give Rook any chance to breathe and build up Checkmate Buster. So SouthpawHare saw that coming and played his K. Comeback from SouthpawHare is certainly very possible here. He just has to play his cards right. He has enough HP to withstand some chip as well. That 5 normal was to fish out throws, possibly. He eats a K to the face, no big deal. He's rock arming here. Interesting. He has to discard an ace for it. What damage does he have from this? Okay. 15 damage, not bad. He brings himself to low hand, but he is equalizing the life totals. If Ginorm can play for chip here now, since he's at 11 HP. Chains of Ice, and then Relentless Strike with a 6. It's enough to do. Oh my goodness. He tried to play for chip here with a K, but then he gets sniped by Wall of Vines. Suddenly their life totals are even. What is this? What am I witnessing? Somehow, SouthpawHare is making his small hand work. And now Ginorm only has one turn to kill him. SouthpawHare does magically draw a joke here, it would be checkmate. Wow. Unfortunately, that was the wrong side ace, because 1.2 would definitely have beat Jay. What a crazy comeback, though. Just outstanding reads by SouthpawHare. He really read Ginorm's attempt to try to close out the game, and he just made plays to counteract that every time. Ginorm wanted to throw, SouthpawHare counter threw. Ginorm wanted to play fast attacks, he outsped it with his AA. He even rock armored there to get the damage in to close out the game. Even though that would bring him to low hand, he still, 15 damage is still nice. Yeah, that was a crazy comeback. And of course, I casted SouthpawHare last time. He showed me a really close game. A rook comeback, 3-2. And now he's showing it again. Seems that games always go to final round with SouthpawHare around. Win or lose, SouthpawHare is definitely a fun player to watch. And let's see. Ginorm here picking Argagarg. This is a much debated matchup. People say that Argagarg versus Rook is, some people, depending on who you ask, some people say is Arg favored, some people say is Rook favored, Some would say that's even. Um, from what I think, I don't play both characters enough, but I would say from watching it, I think it's a pretty even matchup. Arg does have a lot of annoying stuff to deal with as Rook. Arg does have counters to stop special blocks. I think if Arg attains life lead, it's really annoying for Rook. But the thing is that Rook um, has 100 HP. Hex is gonna tickle him every round, and he has a large life buffer. Not to mention that Rook is also very good at rock armoring in this matchup, just because it's risky, surprisingly risky for Argagog to ace block against a grappler. A grappler that has so many throws. That was most likely a rock armor attempt there. But yeah, I would say this matchup is even. Argagog will try to annoyingly poke him out, but Rook does have a lot of ways to counteract that. Tangly Vines, no counter. Okay. So Entangling Vines here makes Rook's 4 normal 1.8 speed attack, which does beat everything Arc realistically has. Yeah, that's what I like to see here. Nice. So the Q was to beat anything other than the 4. Bates out the Joker too. Well done. Argyle probably has another Joker from how he played that, but oof. Was that Salbar's first throw this game? Yeah, that was his first throw that game, and he found it the right opportunity. Ooh, surprise! Wall of Vines works out. Ginorm, I think that 9 throw from Ginorm was pretty risky, but Rook does love blocking, even on um even when he knocks you down. Rook sometimes likes to block the fish for cards. Come on, Ginorm, you can't let it get to you. So now SouthpawHare has a 40 HP life lead. SouthpawHare has 9 cards versus his 7, but Arc can function quite well on low hand. So hand sizes are kind of relevant here, other than you have to worry about rock armor. Good shit with that 7 throw there. Sometimes persistence is the key in Yomi. Because the thing about persistence in this game is that you keep revealing a common option, and then your opponent will think you've run out, but you prove them wrong. Either the opponent thinks you've run out, or they think you're afraid to do it again. Ginorm said his timing was off, but now it seems like his timing has been corrected. Oh yeah, the thing about Argagog in this matchup as well is that he can counter K-throw, which is annoying for Rook. I suspect Ginorm might heavily attack here. Proven wrong again. That's just commentator curse, I guess. But generally, grapplers love to find opportunities to throw you when your hand is middling or small. Now the life totals are almost the same. Oof. That 6 was really trying to beat out Nerd K. That's probably his second Joker, right? No, I was wrong. Good on SouthpawHare there to take the damage. You have the cards for it. After normal draw, he has 8 cards in hand. So, and giving Arc cards is not a big deal. This is going to be rough for Ginorm to come back. Great block. The thing about going against high hand Rook, which is so scary, is that Rook can at any time, unless you play ace attacks, Rook at any time choose to rock armor if he has the cards for it. So that you gotta really sneak in blocks to avoid rock armor attempts because. Ooh, protective ward. Okay. Protective ward is pretty good against Rook. Does stop him from tuning his combo when he rock armors. But yeah, as I was saying, that dealing with high hand Rook when you're low HP is scary because Rook can try to realistically have like a scary mix of a throw or just like any attack into rock armor and just close the game out from there. So Ginorm does have to sneak in blocks and stuff to stop rock armor attempts. Favorable trade for Ginorm. I think rock armor only works when your attack is outsped, right? Yeah. Rook cannot rock armor if the attack clashes. Not like it would matter because Protective Ward was played. Protective Ward does provide some insurance so that Ginorm doesn't die from an attack. So now Ginorm at 40 HP. Very relevant life total actually, because he dies to a K. So Ginorm has defeated a K, but at the same time he has defeated a rock armor attempt. This is not a position I would want to be in. SouthpawHare chooses to block 1 or 2 turns. It's super safe for him. Oof. But nah. He seizes the opportunity right there. Closes out with K. Good shit from SouthpawHare. Again, he makes Rook look like a top tier character. Great set. I thought it was going to be a blowout, honestly. I mean, they might be weighing those, yeah. Yeah, the mix up between K and Ace there was super scary, or even Rock Armor normal. But yeah, I thought when the Gwen came out against Rook, I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought that when SouthpawHare stuck with that matchup, it's going to be rough for him. But he proved me wrong. He made an incredible comeback, game 4, and then game 5. Yeah, no problem, SouthpawHare. And that last game was one pretty close. One pretty close. 35 HP Rook, but SouthpawHare he just got the reads. SouthpawHare, I think, really has the clutch factor, in my opinion, when I've watched him play. When he's under pressure, for some reason, he just turns it on. And he makes crazy reads. Yeah. And I guess that's it for me, but what a nutty game. As usual. Always fun to record SouthpawHare games. And well played, Ginorm, too. Thanks for watching.